Welcome back to the garage. It is like 2 degrees outside. So we are in here working on the Vette. For the historical record, this is during the Arctic blast of December 2022. And it is cold. It was like 4 degrees below zero last night. So what better way to spend a day off when it's that cold than being out in the garage, in your heated garage, working on your Vette. The plan today is we are pulling the differential out. And if you watch the video of working on my daughter's car where we took the entire drivetrain out, we're going to do it a little different. Since we just need the differential, we'll take all the suspension parts loose. And if you watched any of my videos on the suspension bushings, everything has been taken off here in the last week, so it should be pretty easy. But what we're going to do is we're going to support the driveline because it will have to be all tilted down. But right now we'll just support the driveline and we're going to remove the cradle. Get it completely out of there, and then we can lower it down and pull the differential off the back. Because I did a little video on testing the clutches and they're weak. We're going to upgrade to newer clutches in it, new diaphragm springs. I mean, the car has 200,000 miles on it. It'll be good to just give it a good look-see and fix all those things. Probably do a little brake line modification while we're in here, but good thing to be doing when it's super cold. Okay, so far everything's quite easy. Unbolt the caliper, hang it out of the way. I took the bolt out of the brake line just so I could get to the bolt on the upper control arm. Take those 2 bolts out. That gets the upper control arm out of the way. Take the 2 bolts out of the upper shock mount. And disconnect your wires there. The emergency brake cable and your ABS sensor. And then it also clips down onto the cradle, that wiring harness back there, so you want to pop that loose. That pretty much has this side undone except for popping the axle out of the differential. So we'll go do this on the other side and then we'll get ready to drop the diff. Or get ready to drop the cradle. Okay, this is going along nice and smoothly. Got the transmission jack under the transmission there. Pop the nuts off the HPI differential lower mount. Got everything disconnected on this side of the suspension. So both sides of the suspension are undone. So next I'll bring the big floor jack right under here. And then I'll start taking out the 4 bolts that hold the cradle to the frame. Then we should be ready to lower this baby down. Okay, all the bolts are out for the cradle. I have the jack centered. The beam is on one of the bolts on the back of the leaf spring, and it should catch that center casting of the cradle. Hopefully that will be center line enough to keep it balanced. One thing I did forget to do earlier is pop the axles out of the diff. You definitely need to do that before you go lowering stuff down. So now we are ready. Let's see if we can lower this down out of there. Well, that was an absolute piece of cake. And this may change the way I do things in the future. Because that was easy to just take the cradle out. And that way, I never touch the exhaust, you know, because I have the factory titanium, which is kind of difficult to get out of there with the cradle in the way. So why not just drop the cradle out? Then pulling the exhaust is a piece of cake. And then we'll be down to just the tunnel plate, clutch line. You know, once the exhaust out of the way, tunnel plate, clutch line. And then should be able to start pivoting that down. We just need the differential down far enough to slide out of under this. And then we'll have it on the workbench. The back of the transmission is sealed, so you won't lose any fluid there. Now, you won't lose any fluid there. I have not drained the differential yet. I may start that draining as soon as I get the cradle moved. But right now, I need a place to put the cradle. And the airplane really needs to go to the garage on the house so I can start working on it. So that's probably what I'm going to do now. But then I should be able to get back to that there. Here you can see where I milled the bottom of that HPI mount out to make it easier to get to the bolts. And that was a video where I just mentioned it. But yeah, they sent me the wrong bolts here to where they wouldn't fit up in the holes. So I had to modify because I couldn't find any bolts locally. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty easy job as far as getting the diff out. Right, now I have the exhaust out. There's the titanium mufflers over there. And I have got to say that I have been doing this wrong all along. This is so much easier if you just drop the cradle first. I have always pulled it out with the cradle attached to the diff and drug everything out, you know, sitting on the cradle. And that meant that I would take the exhaust out first, which is kind of difficult, especially with the one-piece exhaust, getting it out of there. If you just drop the cradle completely out of the way, then the exhaust just basically falls out from underneath. And now, as long as you've got a stand like that, or some kind of stand to hold on the transmission, you've got the whole driveline supported. So this would be both easier pulling this whole assembly out, because you could run a strap around the transmission to keep it upright and in position. Lower it down, just take it out. It would be easier stabbing the torque tube back into the clutch if you didn't have the cradle back here. It's just easier all around. So now all I need to do is lower this down. I'm going to take off the mount there, and then I'll lower this down, unbolt it, and slip the differential off the back of the transmission. Get it on the workbench. But yeah, I definitely think the next time I do a transmission job or anything else, cradle comes out, then work on the rest of it just like it is now. It's much better. All right, we are hanging low, and my creeper won't creep. Probably got a frozen wheel. Lowered everything down. Remember, you don't want to go below a line here to the top of that. That should be enough to slide the diff back and get it out of there. This has been an absolute piece of cake. And just having this in this position without pulling anything else loose, now you've got access up in there to that crossover pipe to your tank, which I have had both tanks out. New fuel pump, sender in one side and the sender in the other. And I worked around all this and managed to get it done, but it was difficult and cramped. And if I had it to do over again, I'd drop it down just like it is now. And here's a better look at my brake line reroute. There's the joints there. See how I've got that brake line just going around there and then up to the fitting. The other one goes over the top and then back down and up to that fitting. And that eliminates having the lines come down and around the back of the differential. A little modification I did years ago because the stuff was rusty. I did not have to undo the clutch hydraulic line. There is a clip that it's in. Just unclip it and tuck it up above that, and you've got plenty of space to lower it down like this. Didn't have to mess with the interior of the car as far as the shifter. Just put it into, I think, a third gear where it has plenty of room to drop down. So we are ready to pull the bolts. I'll put the big jack under this, and hopefully we'll slide this off and have it in the floor. All right, I moved stuff around a little bit. Thought it might be easier to use the transmission jack for this. So I just put a regular jack stand under the transmission. Pop that back. And we'll see how far this needs to go. That shaft goes all the way to the back side, so wiring in the way. Well, let's see if we can just angle it enough to get it to come on out. And there we go. Removing a C5 diff is a piece of cake. All right, she is on the workbench. Got it draining through the little hole in the bench, so we'll let that drain, which will probably take a little while, as thick as that crap is. And then we'll start, it's Christmas Eve right now, so I'm going to finish up the video. Next video will be disassembling, changing the clutches. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get to start cleaning up the case, getting it ready to disassemble. Since it's still well below freezing, and pressure washing's out of the question, but we'll scrub it up, make it look nice. Until next time, thanks for watching.